Group A, Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, and Czechia. Mexico are going to be one of the hosts of this tournament, and the crowd will be crazy every single game. They made it out of the group stage 7 times in a row, but always crashed in the round of 16. This is such a historical moment that there's actually a name called the Quinta Partido Curse. We also have South Korea. South Korea are going to be the underdog of this group, but don't let that fool you. Remember 2002? They made the semifinals on their own home soil, and that was one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. South Africa are back at the World Cup for the first time since 2010 when they hosted it. Some people actually say South Africa had one of the best World Cups out of all of them. Czechia are solid and organized. They're not flashy, but they don't make mistakes, and that's what makes them actually dangerous in a group where one bad game ends your tournament. But I personally think Mexico and South Korea are going to come out on top at this one. Group B, Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, and Switzerland. Canada are also one of the 3 hosts, and they're going to be playing their first World Cup since 1986. That's 40 years. Their fans are going to be absolutely crazy at the World Cup as well. But not only that, they also got Alphonso Davies, one of the fastest players on the planet. He plays for Bayern Munich and is genuinely one of the best left backs in the world right now. Switzerland. They're quietly dangerous because you don't want to sleep on them too much. Because if you go back to 2021, they knocked out France in a penalty shootout that nobody expected. Everyone expected France to win by a blowout, but then Switzerland came out on top. They always make it out of the group stage. Bosnia. This is only their second ever World Cup. Their first was back in 2014, and they went out in the group stage. 12 years later, they're back. You never quite know which version of them shows up, but their fans are going to be passionate like you've never seen. Qatar are the last hosts of the previous World Cup, but I personally think Canada and Switzerland are going to come out on top of this group. Group C. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. Brazil is Brazil. 5 World Cups and one of the most decorated nations in the history of this tournament, but it's not just about one player. Their starting 11 is absolutely insane. This team is stacked with world-class talent at every single position. If Brazil is going to go all the way, it's because their entire squad is just different. Morocco, though, remember 2022? They made the semifinals and were one of the first African nations to ever do it. They beat Spain. They beat Portugal. That's not just a coincidence. That's a team that actually knows what they're doing and are going to be locked in for this tournament. Scotland haven't been to a World Cup in 28 years. Their fans are obviously going to go absolutely crazy, and this is just a massive moment for them even being here. Haiti are the underdogs, and honestly, I don't really know what to say about them, but they're here and they're going to fight. Brazil wins this group easily in absolute domination. Morocco will follow. Group D, USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. USA is the 3rd host nation, and the pressure is real. Nobody really thinks of America and soccer in the same sentence. Some people might remember the battle between England and the USA in the last World Cup. Turkey haven't been to a World Cup since 2002. That's 24 years. And the reason everyone is talking about them right now is because of what they did at Euro 2024. They made the quarterfinals. They beat Austria in the last 16 in one of the most entertaining games of the whole tournament. And Arda Güler, 19 years old, one of the most exciting attacking midfielders in the world right now, plays for Real Madrid, was absolutely insane. They only lost to the Netherlands by 1 goal. This team is dangerous, and they are hungry to finally make their mark at a World Cup. Australia made the quarterfinals in 2022. The Socceroos always overperform at World Cups. They're never an easy game. Paraguay are physical and hard to beat, but inconsistent. I personally think Turkey and USA are coming out on top of this group. Group E, Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Germany are on a revenge tour. They went out in the group stage in 2018 and 2022, back-to-back, the worst back-to-back exits in their entire history. Humiliating for a country that has won 4 World Cups. But this time, they're back, and they mean business. Ivory Coast are solid and have real quality going forward. Ecuador are physical and hard to beat. Curacao are making their World Cup debut. Massive moment for them just being here. Germany wins this group. Ivory Coast takes second. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Netherlands are quietly one of the favorites for this whole tournament. Solid squad top to bottom, no real weaknesses. They reached the quarterfinals in 2022, and they're built to go even further this time. Japan was cracked in 2022. It was a wake-up call for the whole world. They took down Germany and Spain in the same group, one of the greatest group stage performances in World Cup history. Don't sleep on Japan. They always show up when it matters. Sweden are dangerous going forward and have real quality in attack. Tunisia are organized and hard to break down, but limited going forward. Netherlands and Japan are coming out of this one, but this group is going to be way more entertaining than people think. Group G, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Belgium's golden generation had everything. De Bruyne, Hazard, Lukaku all peaking at the same time and never won a single thing. Hazard is gone now, but De Bruyne is still there. Still one of the best midfielders in the world. This might genuinely be their last chance at something special. Egypt have Mo Salah, Liverpool's all-time top scorer. Champions League winner, he almost single-handedly dragged Egypt to this World Cup, and he's gonna try to do the same thing throughout it. Iran are disciplined and hard to break down. New Zealand are just happy to be here. Belgium and Egypt are coming out of this group, but don't be surprised if Salah puts on a show. Group H, Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Spain are the reigning European champions. They were absolutely dominant at Euro 2024, one of the clear favorites for this entire tournament. This squad is stacked, and they know it. Uruguay have Valverde and Darwin Núñez up front, genuinely one of the most dangerous attacking combinations in this whole World Cup. Don't underestimate them. Saudi Arabia at the last World Cup pulled off one of the biggest upsets in history when they beat Argentina, so you can never fully count them out. Cape Verde are here too, and honestly, that's about all I got for them. Group I, France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. France have Mbappe, plays for Real Madrid, still the best young player on the planet. Insane favorites to win. That's really all you need to know about France. Senegal are the African champions. They won the AFCON in 2022, and they are not a team you want to face. Physical, organized, and dangerous on the counter. Norway have Erling Haaland, the most unstoppable striker in football right now. He has never been to a World Cup before, and he is absolutely starving for it. Iraq are here, and honestly, in a group stage where 3 teams advance, anybody can sneak through on a good day. Don't fully count them out. France and Norway come out of this group, but Senegal will make it interesting. Trust me on that one. Group J, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Argentina are the defending champs. They won in Qatar in 2022 in what most people are calling the greatest World Cup final ever, beating France on penalties after being 3-2 down. Messi won his first World Cup and finally completed his legacy. He's still in the squad, and he's not done yet. Algeria are the strongest African side outside of Morocco and Senegal. Genuinely dangerous, and not a team Argentina can sleep on. Austria have been quietly building a really solid team over the last few years. Don't overlook them. Jordan are here for the first time in history. That alone is a massive moment for their country. Argentina wins this group. Algeria takes second. Group K, Portugal, DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Portugal have one of the most stacked squads in this entire tournament, and Ronaldo, 41 years old and still here, still at a World Cup. This is almost certainly his last one, and you can bet he's going out swinging. Colombia won the Copa America in 2024, genuinely in form and not to be taken lightly. DR Congo are unpredictable but have talent. Uzbekistan are making their first ever World Cup appearance. Historic moment for them. Portugal wins this group easily. Colombia takes second. Group L, England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. England haven't won a World Cup since 1966. That's 60 years of hurt, but this squad is genuinely different. Jude Bellingham plays for Real Madrid, won the Champions League, and is one of the best players in the world at just 21. The talent is finally there for England to do something special. Croatia have Modric, 38 years old and still playing like it's 2018 when he carried Croatia all the way to the final. Ghana are attack-minded and exciting. Panama are just happy to be here. England wins this group. Croatia sneaks through in second. If you made it this far, you clearly love football. Subscribe, because we're covering this World Cup from start to finish.